all my pog champs and piss babies. I'm sorry, Bill.
Come on, baby!
Leave me the fuck alone! For Pete's sake, I don't have a fucking idea.
Hello? I didn't call you. Did you bring condoms?
Yeah, chocolate chip.
Drugs or sex?
Here's a sex toy. I jammed this up my rear end.
Live from Command Center Alpha 1, it's the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Juicy Joe, a.k.a. Flametown, and Gretchen.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray! Gretchen is over there. Yeah, there he is. Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
I just want to point out your Zoom re-Zoomified its awesome audio and is stepping on it left and right.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I fixed it.
There it goes. Look at that. Click that button.
Because Zoom refuses to remember my default settings.
Well, I'm going to say, in your defense, it did it to me too on my end. So something they're doing now, in whatever update has been run, it resets to like the default craptacular audio. So those of us who have decent audio, it's pretty bad.
Sorry about that, but I fixed it. It's just another little note I have to add. To another thing to do before the show can actually begin.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know what this show's about, and we're still trying to figure that out for ourselves, too.
We're on a 5-year voyage of discovery. Wait, no. How long have you been doing this? 15 years? 17 years?
Coming up. So this is 2023. I did the first podcast in 2006, maybe 2005. I think 2006. Like early 2006, maybe.
Well, you should apologize to everybody.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
How could you have done this?
But we're going to figure it out. We're going to get this show like top notch. We're ready. We're busting at the seams. We're going to go viral any moment with this show, and it is going to take off like gangbusters. But not until we have our good buddy Joe back in the swing of things.
Wrong.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're just like sitting in the parking lot of the 7-Eleven idling, waiting for Joe to come back out.
Yeah, pretty much. Just kind of waiting, sitting in the car. He basically said, hold on, I got to pick up one more item. I'll be right there. And we're sitting in the car listening to Ario Speedwagon, waiting for him to finish up his shopping experience. But he will be back soon. I know Joe. And until that time, he loves to leave me voicemails. And this is the latest voicemail from Joe. Here it is.
Salutations. This is Captain Joe. Can't be on the show tonight because I'm laying down while someone shoves Chef Boyardee beefaroni down my throat while I pound Mountain Dew and play Call of Duty. Oh, man. I'd love to experience a flavor explosion of tender noodles, rich pasta sauce, and a hearty beef with the classic Chef Boyardee, registered to trademark Big Bowl, beefaroni pasta and meat sauce. Remember, Joey, yes,
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Very interesting things you're saying. I'm not going to be dishonest. I'm not understanding what you're saying.
His message is getting increasingly cryptic.
Yes. We don't know what he's doing or what he's doing, but apparently he's a big fan of Chef Boyardee, as we're learning. I think he moved on from the whole goth, cyber goth phenomenon. I haven't moved on.
It's been less than a week.
I know.
So he's moved on.
I'm still part of the cyber goth revolution, and I hope everyone out there is too. Only together can we make a positive change in this world by dancing with mostly our hands in front of various brick buildings out in public. But we can do that together.
I thought I had to be under a bridge.
That helps. No one's going to fault you if you are under a bridge. I mean, that is the preferable dance arena. But I'm saying if you got like 3, maybe 5 buddies, go in front of a brick wall and videotape yourself there.
What if I have 2 or maybe 4 buddies?
You're going to want to bring some more buddies.
2?
You're going to want to find some more people willing to commit to this cyber goth lifestyle, is what I'm saying.
You know, honestly, that's going to be a challenge these days.
I know, but we'll figure it out. All right. Before we get to the news, I want to talk about some stuff. I'm just going to riff here about some stuff that I've listened to, that I've read. This is not really like a segment. This is just kind of like, I'm just going to BS with people. So give me a second while I drink my my ginger pepper. Gross. A few shows ago, when Steve from Slow News Day was on the show, I read an article concerning the CIA talking to Jimmy Carter about UFOs and the nature of this reality. And then, like last show, I was like, what if the scenario of the UFO phenomenon is so disturbing that what they told Jimmy Carter was true? What that is that the aliens basically invented all religion to keep us occupied and to help prevent us from destroying each other while they run their experiments on us. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting scenario, that we are just pawns in their game while they run experiments on us, whatever those experiments may be. It may be MK Ultra, maybe Skinwalker Ranch, who knows. And then I listened. I started to listen to a supposed a series of letters from a nurse who claims to have been at Roswell, the 1947 crash. And this nurse wrote to a fairly, I guess, reputable ufologist at the time. I think this was back in the 1980s, when she finally delivered the letters to this person. And the nurse, this is all speculation. This is like a part of an audio, like a 4-hour audio book about her supposed experience while being a nurse and tending to the needs of this alien. And there's one survivor of the Roswell crash. They took him off to an army base. Obviously, they wanted to provide medical attention to make sure this alien stayed alive while the army interrogated the hell out of this thing. They wanted to know a lot of information. So you had army guys there, you had intelligence guys there, all wanting to communicate with this alien, trying to extract as much information as possible out of this thing. But this alien was like, nah, I'm not talking to any of you jerks because I can sense your intentions and they're not good. I will only talk to this nurse. And by talk, I mean telepathically communicate. And so this nurse and this supposed alien created a bond where they could telepathically communicate with each other. It took some time to find like some common ground when it comes to images, symbols, and eventually the alien did educate himself enough about our symbols and languages and alphabets that it could communicate much more clearly. And everything that the nurse was asked to ask this alien was, around technological capabilities, threats, basically like military-related questions. And the alien basically said, I am not going to answer all that. I will tell you the information I think that you are worthy of, you as humans here. And essentially, this alien said, the body you see here, it is just a shell. I am able to leave this shell, this alien body, anytime I want, go back to the mothership, and then occupy a new shell. This is basically just a biological android that any alien, its spirit, can then inhabit, take over, or possess. So you can shoot this body or whatever, it doesn't matter. My spirit is going to live on, and I will go basically occupy another body, and I will retain all my memories. We are able to do this because my alien race has evolved for billions of years and have such technological advantage over humans here that is very tough for you to comprehend. But suffice to say, my spirit lives on. And all you humans down here, your spirit acts the same way. The only difference is here on Earth, you people have basically, unbeknownst to you, have been condemned to this prison planet because of some intergalactic conflict that took place between the race that crashed on Earth, the Dominion, as they call themselves, versus the old civilization. The old civilization found artists and subversives and anybody who was a rabble-rouser to be quite disruptive to their intergalactic society, so they all condemned those people to Earth. And so we're left here, our spirits are left to recycle here on Earth over and over again, and they implanted this technology around Earth to where it erases our memory. And it every time you die, you got to start back over again. You forget who you were, and you got to start a whole new life over again. But your spirit continues on. It's just trapped here. And this alien kind of explained this to the nurse, and the nurse was conveying this to the military who was also there, and the military looked pretty disconcerted at this information. Wasn't sure if what they were getting was accurate, was some sort of trick or not. Didn't really know what to believe. And the nurse herself didn't even know if the alien was telling the truth about all these things and the nature of the reality here. But the alien said, well, I can take you out of your body and you can kind of see for yourself that your spirit lives beyond your body. And the alien did some sort of trick to where she was able to have an out-of-body experience for a few minutes to kind of look down on the room, look down at the situation, and then realize, oh, my spirit is really not confined to that body, can go elsewhere, kind of like remote viewing or more likely astral projection. And what this alien essentially said is that, Earth is pretty much a penal colony for a bunch of rabble-rousers. The conflict, the intergalactic conflict that took place it's over. According to them, the good aliens won, and what's left is old technology, this old prison system here on Earth. Then they don't know how to shut down the technology to release all the spirits. They don't have any plans in the near term to free all the spirits and all the entities of Earth. They might get to it in 5,000 years, and much of our history has been pretty much a trick just to keep us occupied and to do fool's errands, to investigate things that really amount to nothing at all. Things like the pyramids, while they are real and they were constructed, they're kind of meaningless. they're just an oddity to be investigated and to waste time. Skinwalker Ranch could be the exact same thing, just an oddity to waste time. No real value will come out of it other than possibly some interesting readings, but what are you going to do with it? The alien went on to say that our technology is so far advanced that you guys down here on Earth will never, ever be able to replicate it because you just do not have access to the raw materials to recreate our craft. And I wouldn't tell you how to do it in the first place. So basically, you guys are left to be here on Earth, condemned to live a spirit cycle over and over again, kind of like what Howdy Medeski, who we had on the show, said.
Howdy Mikowski.
Mikowski, I'm sorry. Howdy Mikowski.
Wrong.
And that it is basically a spirit or soul recycling system down here, and it's up to us to find our own way out. Now, the alien did say that there are enlightened people down here that have tried to lead us in a direction out, but since everyone forgets with every lifetime, it's difficult to keep this knowledge carried on from generation to generation, life after life. And that it's just the way it is down here. He did say that you guys down here on Earth have an extreme amount of artists and great music and art, just an an insane amount because all the artists that were condemned by the previous civilization as being upstarts and rabble rousers, they were put here on Earth. So I guess we have an abnormally large percentage of artists and creatives on this planet. Now, after this conversation with the woman, the alien said, "This is all the information I'm going to give you. Like, you got a background on your history here. About 70,000 years ago, things really started to kick off here, and there was a conflict. Some people who pretended to be gods started to write a religion and try to guide people, but it was only for their own gain. And here we are. Basically your planet's kind of shitty. We don't want it because you got volcanoes and basically too many tectonic plates, too many volcanoes, too many floods, too many pole shifts. Like, it looks nice, but it's kind of shitty. We have bases in the asteroid belt and on the moon. Of maybe an outpost here on Earth, but we're not trying to take over. We have no interest in taking over. It's good for resources. It's great to visit, but we don't want it. It's just too turbulent. And after that point in time, the military is like, listen, we got to really interrogate this person without the use of the nurse, because we don't know if the nurse is just making this shit up or if this alien's really taking us for a ride here. So the military bust into the room, put basically like a shock headband on this alien and like crank up the electricity and basically like taser the thing, hauled off on a gurney and try to take it to a more secure location. They gave walking papers to the nurse, basically saying, if you talk about this, you're going to die. They gave her a new identity, put her basically in the Witness Protection Agency, discharged her honorably, gave her a pension, and she basically lived out her life. And it was only towards the end of her life where she kind of wrote down everything that she learned and sent it off to be published. And it's like, well, that's all very disturbing. I tried to summarize like 4 hours of information within 12 minutes here.
I just want to point out that this alien's a jerk.
He speaks very matter-of-factly. He does. He was pretty much a jerk because, he wasn't a jerk. He was very generous with information.
He's like, hey, your planet sucks. I don't have to be here. You guys are idiots. You can't ever leave. Even if you were smart enough to leave, you don't have the shit to do it. We're going to sit in the asteroid belt and just look at you and throw rocks.
All right. Well, you put it that way. Yeah, he's a bit of a dick. And they said they're not going to invest too much time or energy.
Yeah. We don't even like your zoo sucks. We're not even coming back here.
They said the only incentive they have really to help us is that some of their comrades, some of their spirits are trapped here on Earth because they crashed. Like some of the ones during like if you die here on Earth, you're trapped here. Because of the technology, the spirit recycling thing.
Wait a minute. If he has a shell, he's down there shell, and he can go inhabit other shells that are elsewhere. So he could leave, transport himself to one of these other shells. Why don't they just leave that shell down here for one of the dead guys?
That's right.
I don't know the exact mechanism, Gretchen. This is all...
I want to tell this alien that his stuff sucks, too.
Exactly.
Figure it out, man.
I
think you're so smart.
If the story is true... The alien could have just been making up all this garbage. Maybe
the meme of the guys in the back? Tell them we can leave anytime we want.
As something like, I mean, maybe the woman made up this entire thing. But it was very elaborate.
So it was her husband? Tell them the alien said your planet sucks.
That's right.
He didn't put it in those terms. He said it's got a lot of biodiversity. There's a lot of good things, It's not you, it's me.
We have a pertinent question from Bags in the chat. He said, are these shells that the aliens have, are they crunchy or soft?
Soft shell.
Soft shell.
Yeah, they're soft shell. Like large eyes, no mouths. They have no slit for a mouth because they communicate telepathically, and somewhat frail, but a biologically engineered robot that is capable of sustaining a soul. So it's just super weird, high tech stuff. But if like hypothetically, if they told that story to Jimmy Carter, and the CIA is like, Jimmy Carter, this is what the alien told us back at Roswell. And what are you going to say to that, Jimmy? He's like,
oh, shit. Fuck.
Yeah, it's going to be an oh, shit, fuck moment.
Well, especially Jimmy Carter being a religious man, deeply religious, and the fact that it comes out that maybe that's all made up by aliens who don't like our planet anyway. That could be kind of disconcerting.
Yeah, it was made up by the faction of the aliens that basically wanted to use planet Earth as a way for them to control us through religion, and for them to rule like gods, like some of the ancient Greek gods, and some of the stories of like giant serpents of the sky. Those are real things according to this story, real gods that existed, but they were just aliens that took that form in order to play tricks on the humans down here. But a fascinating story. I posted that entire audio to the Patreon. Take a listen to it. Like, I didn't even want to listen to the entire thing, but after about 20 minutes, I was like, this is pretty compelling. It feels a little like half Scientology, half ufology, half like spirituality. It's got like a mix of like everything. It's just a bizarre set of like possibilities for this reality.
I did like their comment in particular that they called out the pyramids as sucking too.
Yeah, those suck.
Yeah. Your whole planet sucks. Yeah, you built those pyramids. You think they stood there like in the back watching them build the pyramids, and the guy was like, "Look, we're done." He was like, "Yeah, that sucks.
They suck.
I got better pyramids at home.
Yeah, I can make that in my sleep, dude.
Electric motorcycles suck.
Stonehenge.
They suck.
Yeah."
Everything here sucks.
It just
this whole
all
planet
sucks.
It's just figure out how to get these dead guys off the planet. We're out of here.
Give them some rocks. Give them some pyramids. Let them see, like, oh, there's a super important meaning behind the pyramids. No, there's not. Just let them go around and try to think that there's a puzzle, and they're all right. You know, it'll keep them occupied, and that's it.
Tell them to make the next one bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bleep, bloop, knock it off.
We should make that third pyramid the biggest one yet.
Tell them to build another one and line them up. Is it Orion? Line it up like Orion.
Yeah, that's exactly. Line up like Orion, so they think there's some special meaning behind it. That'll really freak them out. And
I'm trying to find that. You said it's on the Patreon. I'm not seeing it. Where is it?
It was posted a few days ago.
It's not the Mysterious Beings one. Oh, there it is. Roswell interview.
Yeah, 1947 Roswell interview. But
aliens say planet jerk. Got it.
Yep. So we're here on this planet, and so let's try to have as much fun as possible and have some laughs, and because we're all just killing time till we die.
No,
right?
Screw that. We need to figure out. We need to get Space Force going. We need to figure out how to get off this rock. We need to go find these aliens. We need to go mess up their shit.
Yeah.
Space Force.
Well,
I want to go over to their house and throw eggs at their pyramids.
The aliens that we want to mess up, they've already perished, according to this guy. Like
they got shells.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go pee in all their shells. How about that?
We'll find somebody to blame.
Oh, these guys aren't there. We're gonna go work over someone else.
Yeah, someone who looks like you.
Yeah, screw you guys. Anyone who looks like you guys. Shells calling our planet trash.
Right? I mean, it's just like it's very kind of atheistic, and like they call themselves Isbies, like eternal spiritual beings, Isbies, and they say like their spirits are eternal. They're essentially like their own god. It goes on to like talk about the nature of the universe and it being trillions of years old, and there's different universes and how these spirits can come and go, and that they have to, since they are almost eternal, that they have to invent games for themselves to make things interesting, so they don't fall bored. So they have to pretend like they don't know certain things, so the game can keep going. It is very bizarre. I urge people on the Patreon to listen to it. It's bizarre, but fascinating at the same time.
Well, we've heard similar aspects to this of I don't remember which one it is. You've got a better memory for this, but the alien race that was not able to elevate themselves to the next plane of consciousness, because they weren't able to reproduce, and so they were basically using humans as
a launching up point.
Well, yeah, but they were taking sperm and eggs as well as children because they were kind of stuck in like this like limbo land that they weren't really alive. They didn't have souls, so they needed other souls to get themselves to the next level.
Yeah, those aliens suck.
They suck.
They don't have what it takes. So they needed to hijack our soul system in order to get to the next level of existence. That was a guy from England. I think he said this.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
He says this stuff.
Oh, good luck. Doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me anybody. But yeah, that was his theory, is that these aliens were trying to hijack our soul system and use us in order to gain access to different levels of consciousness. Like they're confined to level 5. Currently, we're on level 3, but our soul can definitely get to level 6 and 7 and 8, and they want to get there. You know,
Don't believe the 5.6.
It sounds expensive up there. And stay down level 2.
yeah. I know.
But by the way, those aliens from that 1947 interview, they were referred to. Were the aliens the Dominion, or was that a different race that was the Dominion?
The alien that crashed down, they were the Dominion, and the aliens that crashed were part of an expeditionary force, basically a scout team. And they use our solar system as basically a launching off point to other parts of our galaxy. This is like
But isn't the Dominion from Star Trek, though?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Are they the same Dominion? Just the same?
Different Dominion. I think the 1947 Dominion existed in before the Dominion War, as featured in Deep Space Nine. As far as I know.
I think they're up to something.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some other news here, people. I've been talking about aliens for too long. And,
more aliens.
Yeah.
I like talking aliens.
I do too. But there's some deep stuff there. I'm sure it'll all come back around. Here we go.
We got to do better, man.
All right. I came across this article. This is a little different here. I'll get to some geopolitics and some other stuff here, but I wanted to bring this up here because this is troubling and kind of speaks to, I guess, the nature of our current society here. I'll bring this up on screen here. Here's the headline here. At least 4 die in U.S. doing deadly jump off the boat Tik Tok challenge.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, really?
Is this a thing, really?
This is a thing. So you'd imagine, like, on the surface, no pun intended, like, jumping off a boat. It sounds relatively safe because the water, gives way. You can float. It's fine. Well, at least 4 people have died in Alabama after taking another deadly Tik Tok challenge, which had them jumping off the rear of fast-moving boats. The state officials said that all 4 died instantly after they broke their necks. The Tik Tok challenge has people jumping off the back of high-speed boats, feet first. Some jump in with their backs to the sea or lake, while others do backflips. In the last 6 months, we have had 4 drownings that were easily avoidable. Captain Jim Dennis of the Childersburg Rescue Squad in Alabama told ABC News they were doing a Tik Tok challenge. The 4 that we responded to, when they jumped out of the boat, they broke their necks and basically an instant death. He added, I think people, if they're being filmed on camera, I think they're more likely to do something stupid because they want to show it off in front of their friends for social media. It's just...
Oh, so that's the hey, does this look cool? And now they're dead.
Essentially, yeah. I think that's partially the answer here. But they're also blaming social media for this, like in a certain way. You remember...
The internet made me do it?
Internet did this. That we didn't do enough to police the internet. Remember, France is kind of blaming the internet for the riots. Like the internet is just too crazy out there. We got to do something about it. Captain Dennis.
They should build a metaverse faster so people can do this in the metaverse.
Yeah, jump off a square into other squares, and you'll be fine. you'll be fine.
I jumped off the gray square into the blue square. Didn't work.
I broke my square.
This square sucks.
Captain Dennis said one incident happened in February.
Captain Dennis?
Captain Dennis.
Sounds like the guy who's like the head of your dinner cruise. It's Captain Dennis.
Wasn't there a movie named Captain Ron?
With Captain Ron.
Captain Ron starring Kurt Russell, right?
Yeah, it was a sequel to Captain Crunch.
Oh, wow. Okay. Captain Ron said one incident. Captain Dennis said one. Did I say
Captain Dennis?
Captain Dennis said one incident happened in February. A man who died was middle-aged, and his wife and 3 children had his wife and 3 children with him, and his wife was filming as he launched himself off the back of the boat. Oh, my God. Well, that's the story. We don't know if she could have pushed him. No, it was filmed, so yeah.
Or at least egged him on.
Yeah, you got to do this for TikTok. Oh, boy. It's just crazy.
So what's is there like a TikTok challenge they're doing? They're just like, hey, jump off a boat really fast.
Yeah, like they're saying this is a TikTok challenge, but it's just one of those do something stupid and then put it on TikTok. Like there's no like achievement other than maybe not dying.
How do you know you haven't done this?
I don't know. I haven't.
Go do it.
I don't know.
Go get a boat.
Ahoy! There she blows, matey. This is Captain Joe, and I'm driving this boat at speeds upwards of 215 miles per hour. And I'm chucking Russian children overboard for TikTok. They are Russian. Who the heck cares? I need subs.
Okay.
Why is there sounds of people like wailing in the background? What's happening on Joe's boat?
He was throwing Russian children over his boat.
His boat doesn't go 215 miles.
Yes, it does. He's got a speedboat. I know.
If you're on a speedboat going over 40, you're in danger town.
He's going 215 miles per hour. He might have the fastest boat in the world.
He's got one of those hydroplanes, one of those jet-powered hydroplanes.
Oh yeah, like a hydrofoil where it goes up above the water. That'd be cool.
That's the ones that they race.
Oh, okay, yeah, those flip over like almost instantaneous.
Complete loop-de-loop. And when they do, they automatically win the race. That's the rule.
And
I understand it.
Do you have any sympathy for these people that do this? Like, part of me does, but other part of me is like, it just seems incredibly stupid.
Fuck them.
Suggestion from the chat. There's also people need to watch out for the TikTok bathtub toaster challenge.
Oh, there's a bathtub toaster challenge. How do I do that?
That's R.S. Harmful brought that one up.
In May, in May, a 16-year-old girl in France died attempting the viral scarf game, a variation of TikTok's deadly blackout challenge that had already claimed several lives.
Is this also while on a boat?
No, this is I think you can do the scarf game at home.
Why don't you do like a couple of these at the same time? You'd be like king of TikTok.
Joe, when you come back on the show, let's do the scarf challenge. Let's do it.
What is the scarf challenge?
Let's do it.
I think you're basically tying a scarf around your neck and cutting off blood and oxygen until you pass out.
Oh, I thought it was scarf being used as a verb, like you're scarfing down a lot of food or something.
No, I think it's just like you're basically pulling it in excess without the whacking off part.
Wasn't that also David Carradine?
That's right. Yeah, he did that.
Okay, well, if that's the point, then you could do that at the same time you jump off a boat. So just do the scarf challenge on the back of a boat.
I guess you're taking it up a notch. The boat scarf challenge.
What other challenges can we do? What if you eat a Tide Pod first, then tie a scarf around your neck?
I see.
And then go off the back of a boat.
That's gonna when the paramedics find you, they're gonna say this person was fucked up.
This guy died of COVID.
You try to do mouth to mouth with a person, and then you get a mouthful of Tide Pod.
Oh God, mouth to mouth, like it's just.
I can't even untie the scarf; it's so tightly tied.
He tied it in a square knot.
Yeah,
what the hell, it's a sheep shank.
2 teens died. Meanwhile, after they died participating in the Benadryl challenge.
Ooh, there's another one. What's that?
I don't know what is the Benadryl challenge. This sounds like this is something I could do. I could probably do the Benadryl challenge. It sounds like it's up my alley.
I might have some Benadryl in the kitchen.
Yeah, we could
What
do
is
this.
the Benadryl?
We could do this tonight.
Benadryl challenge.
So here it is. So teens may be viewing a social media trend that involves taking potentially lethal doses of Benadryl. A teenage boy died after taking up to 14 pills of Benadryl.
Yeah, that's going to kill you.
He got the idea after watching a viral Benadryl hallucination challenge on TikTok. Although TikTok and other social media platforms have community standards prohibiting risky behavior, it tends to spread very quickly among young people, sometimes leading to severe consequences. So 14 pills of Benadryl, let's get it done. We can do this.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's just straight overdose.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, well, you're going to hallucinate for like 2 minutes before you pass out and die?
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to have like straight up organ failure or something.
Yeah.
This is almost like you want to see the what's the crazy elves that people see when they get all whacked out.
Oh, the DMP elves, the machine elves? Yeah.
Yeah, machine elves.
Honestly, the next step is just playing Russian roulette. Literally,
the Russian roulette challenge. There you go.
I'm not trying. I'm just saying that is where this leads. Like, why not just do Russian roulette for TikTok? And because I mean, that's essentially what they're doing here.
Somebody, I'm looking for it in the chat. Who just put it in there? There it is. Where'd it go? Stop scrolling. RS Harmfell again. OBDM microwave challenge. Can we do that one?
I think Hunter Biden was doing the cocaine challenge. Huh?
How could you have done this?
Cocaine and get away with it challenge.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of my son.
What other kind of challenges we got according to this article?
Yeah, how many? Can we do the challenge?
Nah, okay, that's it. But, I mean, those are the major challenges. You got the scarf challenge, you got the Benadryl challenge, you got the scarf game.
Here's the thing: if TikTok really wanted to step on these, why don't they? Because these are all labeled something challenge, right?
Yes.
Why don't they just ban that phrase? If you say, "Hey guys, let's do the such and such challenge," oh, you typed it into the headline of your tickety talk, just ban it.
Yeah, that's what you want to do, but they want those sweet hits and subs.
Ah, yes, they do.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We could do the Benadryl challenge sounds okay.
Inject it. Put it in me.
No.
Okay.
You could do the COVID vaccine challenge.
You could.
Everyone's done that.
Everyone's done that, yeah.
It's 7 billion people doing the COVID vaccine challenge. Steely Eel suggests the 1992 Plymouth Laser running in the OBDM garage with the door closed challenge.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Just get high and hallucinate on those fumes. That's the challenge, right?
Carbon monoxide poisoning challenge.
Yeah, we could do that easily. We'll do that next time when we go to the New Kingdom. We'll have to get back in that car and we'll have to make sure that it works.
The New Kingdom challenge.
The New Kingdom challenge. It is.
The New Kingdom.
We're going, people. I mean, it's going to happen. Oh, see, the car starts. It does.
You didn't open the garage door. You can't be in there.
Well, I didn't open the garage door. I just turned it on and then turned it off real quick. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
It's not running well.
No, it's not. I tell you what. I think I got to, before we get to the New Kingdom, I'm going to fix the carburetor and
get that thing tuned up.
Rotate the tires before we go to the New Kingdom, which it is.
Tires rotate just by the car driving around. You don't need to do that.
I'm rotating the tires.
That's how tires rotate. how it works.
I'm rotating.
Tires don't rotate.
As for something a little different and a little creepy, I'll bring this up on screen here.
Creepy challenge?
It's not the creepy challenge. This is just a weird thing that is happening over there near CERN. It's called the CERN Challenge.
Let's see if we can open this gateway to the Underworld Challenge.
Yeah, pretty much. So here's a new video of all the goofy stuff that they'd like to do over there at CERN to commemorate and honor what they do. I'll play it. And so what we're looking at, I'll turn it down a little bit. is like horse and carriage, like racing through a tunnel, and then these people in orange jumpsuits stomping, almost like they're zombies, marching to the end of the tunnel, and there's people on bleachers on either side as they watch. And now they're dancing.
Is this a special ceremony, or is this just like the start of a work day? What the hell is this?
Now, the Twitter account says this is CERN. This seems like a very creepy, dystopian kind of play or ceremony to honor the opening of CERN, but it's bizarre.
Well, so CERN's the same place that did like the crazy when they opened the facility. They did like a crazy ceremony up with like satanic imagery and stuff.
Yeah. So right around minute 2, it gets even more bizarre, and I'll go to minute 2 here.
This video is apparently from 2016.
This is from 2016?
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't matter. I didn't see this. But now there are women and men scantily clad in their tidy whities as they hold and I would say hug and almost molest each other. And they're throwing white powder everywhere.
It's cocaine.
We don't know if it's cocaine, but it does look like that.
Hunter Biden's right behind us.
Anybody have any white? Do you have any white stuff?
But it's bizarre. This is in 2016, and
at the top it says this is from the Gotthard Tunnel opening. That's not part of CERN, though.
It's not?
No, that's between Germany and Italy.
Okay, well then this is something completely different. I'm sorry, I said CERN at the top, and I just applied it to CERN. So this is a different creepy ceremony to just commemorate an opening of a tunnel. Which
don't go in that tunnel.
That's messed up. I think that's even more messed up than what they do at CERN. At least at CERN, you're like, okay, I get it. They're summoning demons and they're trying to get our souls out of this prison planet. Okay, there's something. But this is a damn tunnel. When you can drive a train through there, maybe a truck. We don't know.
My mother would say, "You love trucks." I do.
Doesn't require that kind of coordination in choreography there, but yeah, apparently do. It went on for like 6 months. So.
But they seem to love this sort of imagery in when they open these big projects in Europe.
They certainly do. They love this kind of stuff. What's going on over there? Europe's all messed up. But we'll move on, and we'll talk about Europe a little bit here. Have you heard about the Brics news, Cretchen?
What do we do with Brics now? It says Brazil, Russia, India. Who else is in there?
China
and South
Indonesia.
Africa, right? I don't think Indonesia's in there.
What's the ice? Oh, India. Idaho. Indiana.
And Steve.
So it is some guy. It's a large organization, a currency that they're proposing be backed by gold, and all these different countries want to sign on. And
they need the gold.
They got to get the gold. I want the gold. I want
the gold. Give me the gold.
And it is threatening or will threaten to supplant the United States dollars for like a world reserve currency.
Mm-hmm.
And it will create a lot of problems. Now, you already have a lot of countries signed on, some heavy hitters like Russia and China, and they are meeting in South Africa. Now there is a new person, a new country that is very curious about Brics and maybe wants to get involved. I'll play this audio.
Ukraine? Do they want to get in on that too?
Listen to this. This might explain a few things.
Economies, particularly in Europe, to show interest in Brics. Let's hear what President Macron had to say about, his interest in joining Brics.
Does France want to join Brics? Is Paris sending its love to the Organization of Developing Nations? Is this a sign that Brics is entering the big leagues? While it's possible, it's still too soon to be sure. Here's what we know for certain. Yesterday, French media reported that Emmanuel Macron had a request. He wanted South African President Cyril Ramaphosa to invite him to the upcoming BRICS summit. The 15th annual BRICS summit is taking place between the 22nd and 24th of August. It's being held in the South African city of Johannesburg. Leaders from the 5 BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, will be present. We're talking about presidents and prime ministers. Along with these 5 nations, there will be other guests, the Friends of BRICS as they're called. Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Indonesia have all been invited, as have some other nations. Many are hopeful about becoming members. Reports say some 14 countries have applied to join the grouping. The latest application is from Egypt, and some Egyptian corporations are excited by the prospect.
I pick 2 things from here. I pick that.
I can put it right there. So,
hey, she's going to pick 2 things.
Okay. Let's hear the 2 things she's going to pick.
President Macron totally understands the influence and the impact that BRICS is going to have, not only on the continent of Africa, but above and beyond. But then again, he's thinking of it from a colonizer's point of view. He's almost like this is a trading bloc that many Africans are going to be on, and it's almost like scramble for Africa again in his mind, and he doesn't want to miss a piece of the cake. And so he's very keen to be a part of the negotiations and a part of the group so that should any opportunity come up, France does not miss. Now, I don't say this lightly, or I don't say it with a lot of joy and pride, and I don't think African countries are jumping up with joy at Macron expressing interest in joining BRICS. You know why? Because France does not do business in Africa on fair terms. I will repeat that again. France does not do business in Africa on fair terms.
Okay.
This lady doesn't like France. She's like, they're going to come cheat you out of stuff.
Yeah,
don't let them in.
Not a big fan of France. There you go.
Why is Brazil in charge of this anyway?
I think just because they have a huge country and they're buddy with China, and so I think that's why they're involved.
They're going to need if they add all these other countries, though, they're going to need a better acronym.
It's going to have to be much longer. But France is trying to join BRICS. Now, if they do manage to get this currency off the ground, it is gold backed. I was thinking about this a couple different angles. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cratchit.
Wrong.
China, as it stands right now, they have a central bank of their own, and they're able to deflate and inflate their money supply in order to adjust to on a whim, pretty much, in order to stimulate their economy or direct things that need funding on a whim. They do it much more extreme than our Federal Reserve.
Sort of. They also peg the yuan to the dollar, so they manipulate their currency to keep it tied to the dollar. So this would probably be one of the reasons they would want to step away from that.
Possibly. And so if they do step away from that, it gives them much less control over their own economy to do that, not unless they just want to, because they won't be able to devalue the price of gold. It might make them more stable, but much less have much less opportunity to just purely inject money into the economy like what we do.
To some extent, but I think their play long term. Chinese in general are they're thinking very long term on this. They want to get out in the same place that the dollar, that the euro, that the yen have in the international market as like an international trading currency, and they want to get the yuan or the renminbi out there as one of those. So by getting out there, by getting in front of this as part of BRICS, it puts a lot of weight behind their own internal currency. And you're right, they wouldn't be able to manipulate it as quickly, but it would, in theory, have more international play as part of this BRICS alliance, is my take on it. And I'm making most of this shit up. So
well, no, I think you're right.
Sounds good.
It sounds good to me. And China is making a lot of inroads in Africa. A lot of programs
making
there.
Literal roads.
Yeah, inroads in China. Now, everything that I've read, and I spent a good chunk of this morning reading policy documents from the Atlantic Council to Council of Foreign Relations to like European think tanks. They really all want a digital currency. They all do. So the European Union wants its own digital currency, And then the United States also wants its own digital currency. How would the European Union have its own digital currency if one of its members also signs on to Brics?
Well, that's the underlying question: is would France have to step out of the Eurozone or somehow? I mean, we saw that to some extent with the UK in Brexit, but they never adopted the euro as their currency.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say how that would work with France, but it would definitely cause some potential ramifications with the euro if one of its larger economies moves to Brics.
No, it's just you get rid of that leader, you get a new guy in there. Yeah, that's what has to happen. You got to get a new guy in there in order to get him back on board.
Well, it's a good thing his country's on fire because then they can just replace him.
Sure. I mean, that's some good news. That's good news for the European Union to just say, hey, you're not working out for us. We're going to get rid of you.
That's good news.
Now, for the United States, the BRICS bloc, monetary bloc, would be a direct threat to our power and dominance over the entire world. How do you think that the United States would react when it comes to the BRICS? And consider we're trying to roll in a digital dollar that is backed by literally nothing tangible, other than the full faith of the
dollar's backed by nothing either.
Yeah, exactly. But at least there's something tangible there. You can have a pile of them. It might not be worth, but at least you have the you have a pile of them. You know, it's paper. That's worth something. But the digital currency you do not actually own. It lives on some server in some bank. What do you think people are going to decide to use? The one backed by gold or the United States digital currency? Considering we just buy things, we don't really sell a lot at that scale. It won't be used by like the default petrodollar anymore. What do you think will happen?
Yeah, it's not a there is no good outcome for the U.S. dollar on this.
I think it only leads to war.
Wait, actually, there is one. What if we also join BRICS? Ha!
We would have to come up with our own currency that is backed by something, or use a currency already in existence that people already support. So either that would be Bitcoin, like in some way. I don't see the United States doing that because that is loss of control. But they would have to come up with something that would be equal to a gold-backed currency, or they just destroy nations that use the gold-backed currency. I mean, those are the options if you want to maintain dominance.
Go to war.
Yeah, those are the two options.
Well, if we had a competent government structure in place right now, we would go foment revolution in those places.
Yes.
But we're having trouble finding our way around an open field without the help of the King of England leading us around.
Yeah. Well, speaking of our dear president, I'll bring up this headline right here. Sleepy Joe Biden, 80, skips dinner with NATO leaders and goes straight to hotel.
Yeah. So he shit himself again?
Oh, really?
So President Joe Biden has raised eyebrows after skipping dinner with NATO leaders on Tuesday night and instead heading straight to his hotel room in Lithuania. A U.S. official blames the 80-year-old president's busy schedule over 4 days and said he is preparing for a big speech on Wednesday when asked why he wasn't attending. So there you go.
He needed a wiping.
He couldn't have dinner with everyone. He wanted to get probably want to get some room service at the hotel.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have a quiet night in. I'm just gonna order some room service. I'm gonna watch the home run contest, and then change my pants again.
You know what he's gonna order? He's gonna oil. He's gonna order. What are those top items from room service? Like boiled water or diet water. He's gonna remember that was a top
water,
item.
Yeah.
A top item.
I thought I was going to order some cigarettes magazines,
and diet water,
honey buns.
But it looks like from what I read today about NATO and its meeting in relation to Ukraine, that they are not allowing Ukraine to come in to NATO, Biden said basically, listen, you guys got a conflict going on with Russia. As long as that is going on, we can't let you into NATO, but we can promise you certain security measures, more weapons, funding, all that kind of stuff. And President Zelensky was pretty angry that he couldn't be let into NATO.
Yeah, did you see the memes of him floating around?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, there was a huge thread on that this morning. I'll start posting them.
He was very upset.
This dude was not happy.
No.
Like, no, Mike, it's not your birthday. It's your cousin's birthday. You stand here.
The great MAGA king.
No, he's not the great MAGA king. Don't say that. But yeah, it's a very interesting turn of events over there. But yeah. Biden skipping a major diplomatic dinner like that is very suspicious. What's the difference?
Two sides of the same coin, inextricably linked.
Is two sides of the same coin.
That should be our new currency, the soin.
The soin. Yeah, he's old, and
tired. Doesn't have full control of his bowels or his faculties.
No, he doesn't.
Mom, is she here?
Just led around by a parade of millennials.
Where's Tim?
Let's do some more headlines here. I got a few more over here. I'm just ripping down some stuff here.
Just ripping headlines. Watch out. In fact, I'm going to transition over. We're ripping so hard. People used to call me the Night Ripper back in the day. I just rip these headlines so damn hard. Jesus. That's just a headline ripper. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yes.
Here's a headline here. A record share of Americans are living alone.
Oh, really?
Like altogether, or?
It says there's just so people are living longer, or they were until the pandemic arrived, and then there's this tweet here. Wonder Week 24 2023 update: sudden cardiac death mortality in young persons grew from 24% to 28% excess in week 20 to 24 of 2023. Whatever this is,
2020 is in there.
Whatever this is not going away, killing more young people per week than COVID did at its absolute peak. No overdoses in this data. So,
what is sudden cardiac death mortality? What is that? Is that a thing?
I guess that might be. Death? I don't know. We'll have to ask a doctor what this thing is.
Thank you, Dr. Pepper.
But according to The Hill, nearly 30% of American households comprise of a single person, a record high. Scholars say living alone is not a trend so much as a transformation. Across much of the world, large numbers of people are living alone for the first time in recorded history. It's just a stunning social change, says Eric Klingenberg, a sociologist at the New York University and author of the book Going Solo. I came to see it as the biggest demographic change in the last century that we failed to recognize and take seriously. So there's some lonely people out there, no doubt about that. Homo sapiens is a social animal. Historians tapped ancient census rolls to show that our species has lived in groups for as long as such records have existed, stretching back to at least the 1600s.
Those aren't called groups, you idiot. Those are families.
They're groups. They're tribes.
It's just a group, man.
The U.S. Census shows that solitaries made up of 8% of all households in 1940. Solitaries. You're a solitary.
Damn solitaries with your Benadryl challenges.
That's producing a lot of solitary households.
It's the living alone challenge.
The share of...
Hey, y'all, I'm trying to live alone.
The share of solo households doubled to 18% in 1970 and more than tripled to an estimated 29% by 2022. Holy moly. A lot of, the solo living movement intersects with several other societal trends. Americans are marrying later, if at all. A nation The nation is aging. The national birth rate is falling. People are living longer, or they were until the pandemic arrived. So they're really
Wait, are they seriously saying that everybody else in the house died of COVID and there's just one person left?
It might. I don't know. So I see. There's a falling birth rate, and they're blaming COVID for that. They're saying people lived longer, or they were, until the pandemic arrived. So, I guess because of the tweet above, we have a lot more excess deaths now than we did before the pandemic. They're blaming that. I guess that impacts the overall average of life expectancy because of the excess deaths. I don't know. I mean, I do see people are marrying later in life. Hell, I got married later in life. You know, I think it's just a trend. So there's a lot of lonely people.
Well, but now they're also saying you're going to live alone and die alone. You sad piece of shit.
Yeah. I wasn't far off. You know, I very easily could have been that sad, lonely podcaster out there. No doubt about that.
You sad, lonely podcaster on your terrible freaking planet with your crappy pyramids and just nothing going. This place sucks.
Stupid boat challenges.
That's why don't they talk about that killing young people doing the Russian roulette Benadryl boat challenge?
Mm-hmm.
Figure that one out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to take a break right here because we forgot to do something.
Uh-oh.
And we forgot to do something. But, hey, better late than never.
You're right. What the hell?
How did we do this? How did we forget Alex Jones Clips of the Week?
How could you have done this?
How do we...
you start the show. Just run the intro right now. Start the show again.
Okay, we'll just start off real quick. Here we go. All right, hey, Alex Jones Clips of the Day.
Now they're clips of the day, too. You're all flustered.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Here we go. So we're going to do Alex Jones Clips of the Week, and we're going to go back to Thursday because there's no better time than right now. Here we go.
I can't pronounce this right. I'm sorry. Zaporizhzhia. I like alcohol, and I need to control that. Isn't that disgusting?
That's it. That's all we got from Thursday.
Zaporizhzhia?
Because is that some sort of Russian term?
Thrombocytopedia?
Yeah, something. I don't know. He's a wordsmith. He's a wordsmith, guys. Don't quote him on that, you know. So.
Because I like words. I'm kind of a wordsmith guy.
All right. Here's Friday. Not a lot from Thursday because he had David Icke on there. So here's Friday.
I got headlines. I bet this guy previously worked for Chuck E. Cheese. How much you want to bet? I was like 8 years old in Dallas and went and saw Chuck E. Cheese, the rat and the elephant and the giraffe playing the piano, okay, and the guitar. If I had $10 million equipment like Fox News or CNN, it doesn't crash, but maybe once a year. We have prosumer gear that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you know how computers are, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an AI robot. I said so. Slit your wrist for God. I am AI. This Alex Jones is a scam, man. We've got to sit around and kiss this ass all day. Well, let's all just party and fornicate and go crazy. What a filthy creature. Why didn't you tell me it's Viagra?
Jeez.
Some good ones.
Yeah, really good ones in there.
Chuck E. Cheese, he's complaining about his equipment again. That's fantastic.
I love the Chuck E. Cheese. You cannot go wrong with that. That's some.
Has he ever
stuff.
brought up Chuck E. Cheese? In the past?
Never. And I actually got some people messaging me on email and Instagram saying, "Hey, Mike, did you hear Alex Jones talking about Chuck E. Cheese?" And I said, "No, but I will."
Now, if he starts talking about fights on Chuck E. Cheese, then we know he's treading in our territory.
Exactly. He's dangerously close right now, but we're giving him a little leeway here. Here's Monday. Here we go.
Hispanics are horrible. They're all criminals. I am as freaking high as a kite right now. If I ever see a blue helmet around here, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do, boy. Some bitch gonna have a problem. I'm going to call Mike today, but man, he's a genius. I'm just an actor, and this is all fake. I've taken ecstasy. I took acid a few times. I've taken mushrooms. It sucks. We'll go to break. I said I'd cover the news, but I'm just too hot.
There's some good ones in there, too. And here's Tuesday.
I'm telling you, Joe's insane. Their mother is in a trailer having sex with 5 dudes a night if she's lucky. Will you please stop being mean to Joe? You want like a 5-10-year-old horse that's really well behaved and totally trained. It'll do some tricks and is super safe with your family. And it was the same thing with rape children.
What the hell?
What?
What the hell?
Was that taken out of context?
I don't even know anymore. Was that taken out of context?
That's right.
Okay. I don't know. Here's Wednesday. Here we go.
It's Alex Jones. Oh, it's me. Bud Light's the greatest thing around. Hey, Mike, I'm in the KKK, and I'm going to shoot a pregnant woman in the belly. It's like a suppository or a repository suppository. Just thank your lucky stars every day that you're not Brian Stelter. Sir, I appreciate your call. Anthony Weiner is a wonderful person, and so is Jeffrey Epstein. The moon's made out of cheese. They lance the child, drink its blood, have sex in the blood, torture the child for about a day, and then cut it up and eat it. Raw. In a sex orgy. You think people rape kids? Well, I mean, we cut their penises off, but what's wrong with that? We're liberal.
There you go. Alex Jones clips of the day. Better late than never. Better late than never on that one.
That's some of that stuff. That's horrible.
It's crazy. I'll move on to some additional headlines here. Here we go. So this next one here, pretty interesting, I suppose. So AI judges the future of justice or a disaster waiting to happen.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
I hope the AI judge is not what we're getting out of ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's a little hit or miss. But I thought they were experimenting with this in China. Are they finally ready to do this over here in America? I don't know. We'll find out. With some judges using ChatGPT to help make decisions, should artificial intelligence really be used in court cases? I was unaware that judges were using ChatGPT for this. But apparently they are. Science fiction visions of the future include many versions of artificial intelligence, but relatively few examples where software replaces human judges. For once, the real world seems to be changing in ways that are not predicted in stories. In February, a Colombian judge asked ChatGPT for guidance on how to decide an insurance case. Around the same time, a Pakistani judge used ChatGPT to confirm his decision in 2 separate cases. There are also reports of judges in India and Bolivia seeking advice from ChatGPT. These are unofficial unofficial experiments, but some systematic efforts at reform do involve AI. In China, judges are advised and assisted by AI, and this development is likely to continue.
Ugh.
In a recent speech, the Masters of the Rolls, Sir Jeffrey Voss, the Master of the Rolls.
Movie. Yeah, I saw that movie. It was great.
Sir Jeffrey Voss, the second most senior judge in England and Wales, suggested that as the legal system in that jurisdiction is I can't even pronounce this word.
I'm not sure which word you're looking at there. Digitized is what they're saying.
Digitized.
It's spelled all British-like.
Digitized. Let me increase this font here. Digitized. AI might be used to decide some less intensely personal disputes, such as commercial cases.
Well, wasn't there a recent case in the U.S. where one of the attorneys used ChatGPT to look up other cases, and it turns out they're all just made up?
Yeah, I think like they're finding that the ChatGPT will cite stuff that it makes up on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds good. It sounds authoritative, but it's just its own BS. This is a deadly road we're going down.
Well, yeah, but then they have plausible. Was it plausible deniability? There's a term for it when you're like, well, it wasn't me. It was the AI said that.
Yeah. I think it's plausible deniability. Sure.
Wasn't it one of the Planet of the Apes movies where they were led by like a giant AI old computer
It was also in an old Twilight Zone episode.
Maybe that was it.
Where the planet was a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and the few survivors left over were basically told how to live and what to do by the man in the cave. And they went to go investigate the man in the cave, and it was just some AI machine that was just kind of feeding them a bunch of bullshit. So,
yeah. Speaking of AI, I dropped a clip into Carrot Shop of our vice president explaining AI really quick.
Oh, okay. Cool. Let's listen to how she says this.
And I think the first part of this issue that should be articulated is AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's, first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence. But ultimately what it is it's about machine learning. And so the machine is taught. And part of the issue here is what information is going into the machine that will then determine, and we can predict then, if we think about what information is going in, what then will be produced in terms of decisions and opinions that may be made through that process.
What? The stupidest part of her speech right there was the first part. But with machine learning, it is what data set you are feeding it. She's not like completely wrong. I know a lot of people are giving a shit on this. Like, what data set are you feeding the machine to make decisions upon? And there is machine-assisted learning where you sit down with machine, and as you go through the data sets, you will click or confirm whether or not the machine is making the right choice. Machine-assisted learning. There's a couple different ways to do this. Like the Chat GPT has a data set that is only up to 2021. Google Bard has a data set up to pretty much current. Now, I don't know how much assisted is going into that, where they had a session over maybe many hundreds of hours of basically telling it what was right and what was wrong. But what she says there, I don't think is like that off base. It's just she's describing it as the way someone described it to her. You know, it's not like she actually sat down and read papers on this stuff.
No, she was handed a card with the high points, and she tried to remember those, but then it's been 10 minutes, and she has no idea what the hell she's talking about. So.
Yeah, I would love to see the rest of her pontification on this. This might be the most sane part of her talk. So,
first of all, it's two words, Mike.
Yes, I mean that's the biggest part of it. That's the most complicated part. Is like it's an acronym. It's super complicated.
By the way, I looked up a 1974 Old Man in the Cave episode of Twilight Zone starring James Coburn.
James Coburn, wow! Yay! How do I know him? What's he famous for?
James Coburn was in Great Escape. He was in Payback. He's in a bunch of stuff.
Oh wow! What was the episode? What year was the Shatner one? He was like, "There's a man in a plane, man in the wing."
Oh, was it Terror at 30,000 feet or something?
Yeah, there's a man on a wing. Top-notch acting by Shatner.
It was a Nightmare at 20,000 feet. I was close. Terror at 30,000. 1963.
Nice.
That one was remade in Twilight Zone the movie with John Lithgow.
They should remake that one where it's Shatner again in 2023. He's like, the man next to me is not real. The man's next to me, and he gets up and like Shatner starts freaking out on a plane, having airplane mania, demanding to be let off.
Why not they remake it and then but the person on the wing is actually Shatner?
Oh, there you go. A reversal of roles. And it'd actually make me feel kind of calm. If I looked out my airplane window and I saw Shatner on the wings, like, hey, he's doing some repairs.
Shatner sitting out there on a launcher with a shotgun, watching for aliens.
Yeah, he's doing some repairs.
I'll keep you safe.
Yeah, everything's under control.
That's why he had to go up to space in the penis rocket.
Yeah, exactly.
He had to go up and regulate. Well, I did find this meme was floating around the other day of the person's not real on the plane.
Now, I've heard a bunch of different things about the. I'll put this that GIF up there. I'll embiggen it. There we go. It's a meme that says that motherfucker not real, and it's like what seal does it have? That has the seal of the United States. Or
it's Department of Justice. It's
okay.
FBI.
Oh,
so it's the FBI saying that's not real, and there's Ray Epps standing.
There's Ray Epps standing over there back in aisle B or something like that. I see. That's the meme. Now, I tried to look into that person's not real. That motherfucker is not real. But I think what she was saying is that the person had like sideways eyes or some sort of lizard-like features to the person.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I heard the same thing. Yeah.
And then I heard like a TikTok of a person claiming to be that guy sitting there.
If it was the dude with the tattoos, it was not him.
Yeah, that's the guy I saw. And that guy, he claimed to be a Freemason. This guy with like horrific face tattoos. He's claiming to be like a Freemason, telling her that, yes, Freemasons are concerned about ruling the planet. They're concerned about ruling the universe. So that guy was just LARPing as a Freemason, from what I came to understand. But I can't find if anybody has really tracked down this woman, if she's spoken out, or if they tracked down the passenger of the supposed lizard person.
How about this? Maybe she's not real.
Yeah, well, maybe not. But David Icke did talk about this incident on the Alex Jones show, and in a very long-winded way, David Icke said, you will see more and more of this kind of stuff as the reality that we currently exist in starts to thin. That's what he said. I don't know what that means, other than maybe we will see more paranormal activity. There'll be an uptick in paranormal activity, kind of like in Ghostbusters, where, yeah, they were fighting one ghost here, one ghost there, and then next thing you know, they had a full-on outbreak of ghosts all over the city because of the concentration of psychic energy in one spot.
Wait, it's Ghostbusters 1 or 2?
Well, I'm talking about 1.
1 was them reopening the gateway to Gozer, right?
That was a bad move, wasn't it?
And then 2 was every New Yorker's God-given right to be an asshole.
Yeah, also, not a good move.
And they released Vigo.
Vigo!
He is Vigo.
He is Vigo, yes. Time is but a door, or time is but a window, death is but a door, I'll be back. Remember that line?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good line.
I sit on a throne of blood in a castle of skulls on a mountain of grass, whatever. I remember what he was saying there.
Yeah.
Question on this airplane thing. What if the person who's not real is because, remember the film Millennium, right?
Oh,
Millennium
yes.
With Chris Christopherson and them, which I think was also a Twilight Zone story or a Richard Bachman or somebody. Anyway, and the concept there was as these planes were bound to crash, they would open a time portal and rescue all the people, replacing them with dummies.
Excellent movie.
So maybe somebody did that inadvertently too early and she saw it.
Excellent movie. I love that movie, Millennium. It's slow, boring science fiction, but the premise is great. That there is a group of people from the future that need to replenish their population. And so what better way to do that than go to the past and abduct people right before they die? They're not going to be missed. They were supposed to die anyways. And so we'll take them to the future, replace, we'll throw some bones, so people think, it's a plane crash. You're not going to find everything. And that's it. Their families, they'll mourn, but we will be able to live on in the future. Yes, we will.
Death is but a door. Time is but a window. I'll be back.
Exactly.
That was the original line that Schwarzenegger was supposed to use, but Ghostbusters came out first, so they just cut it out.
Mm-hmm. And then Arnold had to use his secondary line.
I'm going to take a shit.
Arnold,
no, I cut that one
short
too.
version of the other one.
Excuse me, but I was just taking a shower.
You need to dub that where that scene where he walks up to the police sergeant, the desk sergeant in Terminator.
He looks right in his eyes and says,
I'm going to take a shit.
TMI, dude. All right,
yeah,
down the hole.
Whatever, man. I don't know. You do what you got to do.
Whatever floats your boat, dude.
very, very different spin on that film.
And then the credits roll right after that.
Yeah. Like Star Wars, it just zooms straight out to credits.
Yeah. Credits right there. Like, oh.
It's like they never resolved any of this.
Bit anticlimactic, but okay.
This movie's only 48 minutes long.
Very artistic.
Cameron, James Cameron, you'll never work in this town again. Not with films like that.
Let's see here. I'll do one more story here. One more. And then we'll move on to see what Cretchen has. Here we go. And this is more just of a kind of like an FYI kind of thing. This is from Twitter. Yes, breaking. Phosphine gas has been found again in Venus's atmosphere.
Oh, really?
This gas is only known to be produced from living organisms or artificially in a lab. A stronger indicator of life on Venus. There we go. Life on Venus. How about that?
Wasn't that a David Bowie song?
Well, he did Life on Mars, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was some planet.
Yeah, but
he kept trying until he found them once it rhymed.
There's I guess there's life on Venus. Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
Well, Venus, though, that's the one where the Russian, what was the lander they got to Venus, and then like it melted on the surface because of just how inhospitable, hot, acid-filled the atmosphere is.
Yeah. The Russian probe, whatever that was called, I don't know.
Big Jim Tucker.
Ford probe, Big Jim Tucker.
Russian probe, Big Jim Tucker landed down on Venus, I think in the 1970s. I think it managed to remain operable for maybe a few minutes on the surface of Venus. Got some pictures. You know, it saw some rocks, you know, and then I think it just, stopped working. So it's still there. You can go pick it up if you want. Free probe.
Yeah. Free probe, anyone wants it. Actually, what they should do is put a reward. Lost probe, $50, no questions asked.
Put it on milk cartons at this point. Bring that thing back.
Have you seen my probe?
Where's my probe? So there you go. There could be life on Venus, which is quite significant. If true, is it microbial life in the atmosphere? They got stuff going on down there.
It's the Chinese space dragons. Remember that guy was trying to protect us against them?
Yeah.
So maybe they come from Venus.
Venusian.
Venusian, not Venetian.
Venusian Chinese space dragons.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Space Force is doing.
Well, they better do something, because I don't got a lot to do right now. But all right, Cratchit, let's see what you got over there.
What have I done?
Well, before we get to the ever popular news segment, we do have I have a video in. Can I put a video in Carrot Shop? Can you play that, or do you have to download it first?
I should be able to play it. I think I have. I think I have the technology to do that.
If you go to the news channel. Because I don't know, I'd have to download it and copy it back into Carrot Shop.
That's fine.
So if you go to the news channel, there's a Biden video about 2-3 scrolls up there.
I got it. I can play it.
I am always one step ahead of the normies. In my free time, I like to hop around furry role-play Discord servers and unleash my 3-terabyte video collection of huge, gay, muscular black men shaking their dumpy trumpies on all channels. It's a matter of national security and preserving the spirit of our great nation. The MAGA Republicans won't tell you this, but I'm fully committed to hood irony LARPing at all hours of the day. My Hood Irony Academy bunkmate, Daquan DeQuavius DeQueef Jr., was recently arrested for public masturbation. Top Keck. I am petitioning to lower his $1.6 billion bail. The police did not know that he was simply Hood Irony LARPing. It was simply a reference to the hit TV show Better Call Saul, which I am very fond of. This is yet another saddening example of the blatant systemic discrimination that Hood Irony LARPers suffer every day. Now is the time for action. Riot in the streets, burn down cities, kick a dog, make your voices heard. Put a TNT in a daycare center. If someone you know rejects your Hood Irony LARPer identity, I want you to blow them the fuck up. I will be posting thermite recipes on my Insta, Henry Fingernut 49. Make sure to follow that. I'm getting a little bit off topic, but I think it's important for me to say that I am hella gay. I mean, really, it's actually ridiculous how much of a raging homosexual I am. Jill is already filing for a divorce, and she's taking the fucking kids.
I want to point out. So they did not only the video in this one, but the audio. These AI audio generators are getting really good.
Yeah, that was very well done, extremely well done. They really took some time with it, and they got it right. Like they almost got the cadence down. The problem, he didn't stutter or stammer as much as you would in real life, but they really took their time with it and got some good inflections in there, and pretty believable. Besides all the hood irony LARPing. I'm not even sure what that is. I'm not sure where that came from, but just who posted this? Some of it was posted in Discord. Gary Plache did nothing wrong. It's almost close to this.
To all my pog champs and piss babies, I'm sorry, Pilled.
It's almost like what he was talking like in that lingo, almost like that. So
yeah,
I'm going to try to get through this video without crying, but I need to address this and take accountability. To all my pog champs and piss babies, I'm sorry, Pilled. To all the himbo simps and normie incels, F in the chat.
Yeah.
This is a disgrace on the part of Hulk Hogan.
It is. It is a disgrace on the part of Hulk Hogan.
Hulk, you're a disgrace. So speaking of goofball shit on social media, here's a news story we should look at.
Okay. I'm all for goofball shit. That's what my whole life is pretty much about, is trying to get to the next goofball shit item in my life. So I can have a LARF. Not a LARP. A LARF. You put it in Carrot Shop?
It's in Carrot Shop.
Where is it at? I don't see it. I just see your Twitter.
That's weird. You don't see a picture of a monkey?
No, I do not.
Uh-oh. What's going on with the Carrot Shop?
I don't see any pictures of monkeys. Are you sure you're in Carrot Shop?
Yeah.
I just see Kamala Harris. That's all I see.
There's nothing below that? What the hell?
No. Me close out of Slack and try to go back in. Yeah, nothing.
Okay, well, let me do the same thing. We broke Carrot Shop. That's
How is
not
that
good.
possible?
It's broken.
I'm connected. Oh boy. Yeah.
We've had a lot of technical problems lately, and I'm trying to get better equipment. In fact, we put in a lot of expensive equipment. Maybe we need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay. How about if I do? Does this show up in the Carrot Shop? If I ping you, did you get that?
No, I don't see that.
Uh-oh.
Are you sure?
We got a Carrot Shop problem.
Let me ping you. I just typed
that
in.
Shows up for me.
Okay.
What the hell? Why is there secret stuff in Carrot Shop? What's going on here?
Strange.
Okay, let me go over to old Dino's Den, which hasn't been touched in years.
Let's go Dino's Den. Hello.
Anything in there?
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Weird.
That's interesting. All right. So here we are. Finally, people. You got it back.
Fixed it.
The zoo asked visitors to stop showing phone videos to gorillas.
Oh, really?
Was it upsetting them? I wonder
Pretty much, yeah.
I wonder what videos they're showing these gorillas. Hopefully it's nothing sexual. We don't know. Toronto Zoo is asking visitors to help limit screen time for certain primates by refraining from showing cell phone videos to the facility's gorillas. The zoo posted signs outside the gorillas' enclosure asking visitors to not use their phones to show photos or videos to the gorillas, as some content can be upsetting and affect their relationships and behaviors within their families. Yeah, you're showing them like the boat challenge or the scarf challenge on TikTok. You don't want to show that.
Gorilla, go do this. Go get on a boat and jump off.
You're going to do the Benadryl challenge, gorilla. You're going to
first go find a bunch of Benadryl, then take it all.
Holly Ross, behavior husbandry supervisor at the zoo, said keepers have not yet noticed any significant behavior changes in the primates, but officials want to ensure the animals' lives remain as natural as possible beyond the cage that they live in.
Beyond the fact that they're in a fake environment and millions of people come by every day and just gawk at them.
Yeah, that's natural. Quote, we want the gorillas to be able to be gorillas, Holly Ross, behavioral husbandry supervisor at the zoo, told CP24. And when our guests come to the zoo, we want them to be able to see gorillas in a very natural state, and what they would be doing naturally to sort of connect with them on that level. Yeah, they don't need a bunch of gorillas imitating TikTok dances and rapping, doing a bunch of like hip hop rap stuff.
Bunch of hoodlarping, and like being a part of the cyber goth revolution that is launching on TikTok. You're showing them exclusively cyber goth.
Yeah,
stuff.
I only show the gorillas cyber goth dancing.
Damn it, who said it? Somebody in the chat just said they should show them nothing but Harambe videos.
There you go. That'd be depressed. That's sick to do that.
Show them Harambe and then point at the gorilla.
Like, this is you.
You're next.
Don't fuck with me.
Confronts with Benadryl.
You've had a lot of members and guests that actually will put their phones up to the glass and show him videos. Okay, what are these videos that are showing? And Nasir is so into those videos, it was causing him to be distracted and not interacting with other gorillas. So, being a gorilla, he was just so enthralled with the gadgets and the phones and in the videos. Of course, they're amazing. It's an amazing piece of technology.
It must have been exclusively gorilla porn then.
Something like that. Or maybe it was cyber god dancing, because that they got me.
What the hell is going on here?
Ross and Nazir and his fellow gorillas were already allowed to watch videos, including nature documentaries under controlled circumstances. Oh, a lot of fun there.
They're already making them watch TV?
Yeah, a lot of fun
this is
there.
This is the same person who said we want their environment to be as natural as possible. Also, here's a television.
Yeah, here's watch. You can binge on like Friends episode. Only seasons 1 through 3. That's it.
We skipped season 4. We don't talk about that one. Seasons 2 through 9 of Simpsons.
Seinfeld's a little too controversial for you, but quote, we just want to make sure that we know the content, very much like managing an account for a child or something. We want to make sure that your parental controls are on and that you're in control of what the content is that they're seeing. Okay. I get it. I understand it, but I really want to know what the videos are that the gorillas are being shown by these guests. It's got to be horrific stuff, like
it's kids getting their heads pulled off.
This awful stuff. That's the only thing.
It's nothing but Chuck E. Cheese fight videos.
Yeah, maybe. Like he's probably saying, I can get in there. I can win those fights.
I can take that one. Oh no, not her. Whoa, jeez.
Interesting. Like they're taking better care of these gorillas when it comes to social media than we are of our own kids when it comes to social media.
Well, except they're the thing that they're providing them with a TV, being like, yeah, but they're watching nature documentaries. Like why are they watching TV at all?
I mean, if I had a kid, that's all I'd show them. You're just gonna watch a nature documentary over and over again, the same one.
Oh, I thought you were going to show them like gorillas just in there. You go live with the gorillas.
Go look at the gorillas. Tell me what you learned.
Go ask them what's going on. And find me on my Benadryl.
Stop eating all my Benadryl.
Where you ate all my Benadryl again? Damn internet.
I'd be a horrible parent. That's why I'm not a parent. Yeah, I wouldn't be a good parent.
It's a parent you're not.
Yeah, I would not be a good parent. I can barely manage the show. I can't manage somebody else's life. All right, next story.
Good Lord, there's a lot of coughing and clearing of throats going on over there.
Biden cough 1. Biden cough 2.
Yeah, but you had another one.
That was Steven Seagal cough 1.
Oh, God.
Steven Seagal cough 2.
Just clear that out of there. Here's a I'm going to try this in Carrot Chop again. We're going to see what happens. But here's a special job for somebody if they're interested. Maybe have some people out there looking for some extra work or maybe a change in career. They could try this. All right, did that show up?
That did show up, and it looked like it did eventually post your gorilla stories twice in a row.
Double gorillas are in there. What the hell, Carrot Chop? Get your shit together. God.
I'm doing 2 at a time. This is 2 coughs at a time.
That one followed straight by that really low, like mucusy one from Seagal. Just
that's what happens when you eat too many carrots. You get that
Eating
phlegm.
nothing
You
but
got carrot.
carrots.
Yeah, carrot phlegm. Here is a headline here. A website offers $1,000 to watch 16 animated Barbie movies.
That's a funny headline.
$1,000 to watch 16 animated Barbie movies? I would do that. Hell yeah.
Okay, I need money.
I'm honestly not aware that there were that many Barbie movies.
Yeah, I guess you're right. 16 animated Barbie movies, though. So I guess they direct to DVD, VHS, something like that.
Maybe.
All right, maybe.
That's where you make the money.
We'll find out.
Go watch all these and get $1,000.
Well, how do I sign up? I'm going to sign up. So a Canada-based website is celebrating the upcoming release of the live-action Barbie film by offering to pay someone $1,000 to watch and review all 16 animated Barbie movies. Casino.ca, another casino website.
Yeah, what the hell? We had casino. We had the New Jersey casino.
We had the njcasino.com that produced that. What was the best state to survive an alien invasion at? And now we have another casino making news here. So casino.ca has said the chosen applicant for Barbie's dream job will be paid $1,000 to watch 16 animated movies released between 2001 and 2009. That's a lot of movies. Holy shit. That's like almost 3 movies a year. Holy moly. No, it's like 2 movies a year.
It's less than 2 movies a year, but still, it's a lot. They're cranking them out.
2 movies a year? Yeah.
2?
Yeah,
maybe 4?
It's not 4 movies a year.
The winner will also receive $50 stipend to attend Barbie, starring Margaret Robbie and Ryan Gosling, when it's released in theaters July 21st. They will be asked to determine where the live-action movie ranks among its animated predecessors. It's a lot of pressure for someone to decide on the spot. I don't know if I could come up with a ranking system. For those who grew up in the 90s and 2000s, the original Barbie movies represent a nostalgic, simpler time, the website said. Were you the Barbie buff who owned every iteration of the iconic doll and saw every movie? Or were you the annoying sibling who popped Barbie's head off but secretly loved the films? Either way, there's no denying the cinematic gems hold a significant place in millennial and Gen Z history.
I'm not sure that's true.
Oh, yeah, bullshit.
So in digging around, I guess they're talking about the original 16, which came out 2001 to 2009, as you said. But then there's these other series. There's I'm digging through Wikipedia. There's like 40 plus Barbie animated films. They're just cranking these things. There's almost as many of these as there are of the Land Before Time series.
Maybe this is what they're showing the gorillas. All these animated Barbie movies.
Hey, we got another one today. Check this one out.
It's too fucking disturbing.
Here's Barbie goes to the zoo.
No wonder why they have to quarantine those gorillas from these movies.
Here's Barbie waits in line at the DMV. I'm just kind of getting lazy with these.
I'd watch that. It's kind of Seinfeld-esque,
She's sitting there, Priyanka just looks down at her number, 48. Damn it.
Ding. $1,000 to watch 16 movies. Each movie probably about 90 minutes. So what does that rank? Dollars per hour. Chat GPT.
Right, you and your Chat GPT. I'm going to beat him again.
Yeah, beat me again.
All right, I got my answer, but
what is it?
If you're gonna, it's $41 an hour.
$41 an hour to watch 16 if each movie is 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll believe
it's not terrible, but now what you do is you do that while you're doing your other job.
Yeah, you watch it while you're working on something else. Something real. All right, we'll move on.
What the fuck?
All right, we covered a related story a few months ago where Colorado had a whole bunch of Star Wars themed license plates.
Yes, the OB11,
including the most popular OB11,
which
makes no friggin' sense.
I think that one went for like $1,000. We have some listeners in Colorado, like the Unbelievers, some of the guys from the Unbelievers podcast, and they posted up like the rankings, and it's like, man, like Boba Fett was going for like $700, and I told the guy, You should get bet on that. He's like, no, I can't waste the money. I'm having a kid. I can't spend money on a license plate that says OB11.
It says OB11 spelled incorrectly.
I got to save money for my kid. I was like, okay, I guess.
But so here's a related story. It's not an auction or anything going like that, but here's a person who had a license plate that they had approved. They had it on their car, and then Nevada said, you can't have that.
Okay, I'd be very curious to see what this controversial license plate says.
It said OB21.
Nevada license plate that's short for Go Back to California is revoked by DMV. All right.
Look at these headlines.
I'd like to know. Okay, so a revoked Nevada license plate that was meant to drive away Californians is getting one last chance to go back on the streets. The plate, which reads "Go Back," so GOBK number 2, then CA, short for Go Back to California, was recalled by the State Department of Motor Vehicles in May after it received a complaint. KOLO TV first reported. Now the vehicle owner is appealing the recall and will have a hearing on Wednesday, according to Reno area news station. Good. Fight the power. Fight the system. You got to have this. The section.
By the way, I did find a link here. There's a local news story if you want to cover. You want to let them talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to hear their take on this. Very important to hear what they have to say.
Be careful when coming up with creative ideas for your license plate. Sometimes they can be recalled years later. As Colway News Now's Emily Benito reports, one local man is going through this issue right now.
A Nevada license plate went viral on Facebook saying, "Go back to California," and received over 80,000 likes.
A week after that, I get a letter from the DMV saying, we don't feel we like your license plates, and here's a letter saying we're recalling them.
But there are many people who have enjoyed seeing the plate around town.
Some local law enforcement have pulled me over to tell me they love my license plate. Texas has pulled me over. In 20 years, I've had one person. Well, I don't think your license plates are very appropriate.
I love this.
Specialized plates can be fun, but even years after they've been issued, one complaint can send them to the special committee to review them and possibly recall them.
I love
it. All it takes is one person to go ahead and issue or to file a complaint. If it goes against the statute, we have a duty to execute on that and recall it.
The statute states you may not put these on your license plate.
Can't print numbers upside down. Can't do more than 7 numbers. You can't express contempt, ridicule, or superiority of race, ethnic heritage, religion, or gender.
You didn't do that.
Can't have any connotations or sexual, vulgar, derogatory, profane, or obscene.
No.
Can't contain a direct or indirect reference to drug or drug paraphernalia or a gang. And it can't make a defamatory reference to a person or a group.
If you have a recalled plate, you can appeal the committee's decision by taking the case to a judge that is distinctly separate from the DMV, but still on their payroll. Steelman is appealing the recall and will have the hearing July 12th. The judge presiding over his administrative hearing may decide that he's got the better case. In the event that happens, he'll keep the plates. Reporting in Reno, Emily Benito, KOLO 8 News Now.
Wow.
By the way, why did that lady do her voice over there at the end, clearly in the bathroom?
Yeah, it's like she was finishing up something in the bathroom. She's like, I got to get this report out right now. It's obvious.
So the statute they read there, numbers upside down, more than 7 numbers, can't express contempt, ridicule, or superiority of race, ethnic heritage, or gender. No sexual, derogatory, or obscene content. Can't contain a direct or indirect reference to drugs, drug paraphernalia, or gang. Or make a defamatory reference to a person or group. And this plate does none of those.
No, it doesn't.
What if he's just trying to be helpful?
Yeah, go back to California.
Californians who have gotten lost, and he's like, no, you need to go back.
Yeah.
Go the other way.
This is all Joe's idea.
Joe just sitting there. That's what he's doing on his time off. He's just filling
coming up with cool license plates.
License plate requests at various states. The other annoying thing about this to me is that there is a process to get these approved. As somebody who's had custom plates in multiple states, you have to fill this out, and you always have to explain what it means.
Yeah.
So did he make something up, and maybe that's what they're going back to? Like, hey, we found his original form, and he said it was something completely different? Or was he honest about it? Or
maybe
what? But
Gob to Ka. Gobtuka. It's the name of my metal band, Gobtuka.
It's a
new
guy
metal.
from Star Wars. It's Go BK2CA.
Yeah, it's a droid in Star Wars. Obviously, if you knew anything about the Star Wars universe, you'd know. Now put it on my car.
He's a fan of British Knights. Go BK.
Yeah.
I may have gone too far in a few places.
Yeah, this is George Lucas.
I think this guy's going to win unless the judge has some relatives or family in California.
Or is it Star Wars fans? Like, there's no droid called Go BK2CA. Liar.
It's an expanded universe. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah. It's a book. It's obscure. You've never seen it. One of the weird comics. They said you can appeal the committee's decision by taking the case to a judge, and then this weird phrasing of the judge that is distinctly separate from the DMV but still on their payroll.
Oh, what? Still getting paid off by the DMV.
Yeah, so they're getting payoffs. He doesn't work for us. We just deliver a bag of cash to his house once a month.
Yeah. So I was like, this guy's going to have to hire a good lawyer to get this done.
I suggest will be 1-1.
So the hearing will be on the 12th. That's today.
Did it work? What happened?
I don't know. Do we have any update on this? So it's Nevada time. They're like, 2 hours behind us. We got to see if we can get an update. What's the down low on this? I don't want to leave people hanging.
Last update I can find was on July 6th, so nothing from today. Damn. I'll keep refreshing this page and just in case.
Okay. All right. We'll find out. We'll move on to another story. We'll definitely have an update on Saturday.
That's right.
I'm not sure we can deliver on that promise.
No, okay. Well, we'll talk about it.
All right. So speaking of states being stupid, this is a two-parter because this weird website split shit up into two parts to double the clicks, I guess. So I'll put both of them in there, but you want that. Wait, is it that one? Oh, no, it's just one part. Okay, never mind.
One-part
Ignore
story.
everything I just said. It's just a one-parter. Same website split up another story into two parts for no reason. So this one is just states doing dumb shit for dumb reasons, and I say this as a former resident of this state. This was this struck me as strange, and I will say the only time I saw unsafe behavior around this was in this very state, where it's supposed to be much safer because the state's in charge.
Okay, let's take a look. Oh. Oregon allows drivers to pump their own gas after 72 years.
This is quite the story.
Yeah. Oregon is famous for its gorgeous nature, craft breweries, endless rain, and not letting you pump your own gas. That's right. Many visitors have been taken by surprise when trying to top their vehicles in Oregon. You must hand over the pump handle to the gas station attendant who does the filling for you. Or that's how it used to be. House Bill 2426, which passed the state Senate earlier this month, will at last long lift Oregon's 72-year-old ban on self-service gas stations. Soon, Oregon drivers finally get to exercise their freedom by filling their own gas tanks. Well, this sounds like it's a disaster waiting to happen.
There's explosions, fires, just people dead everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's just people are gonna what does this do? And shoot gas in their own eyes. Like they don't know how to operate the thing.
I don't know how to work this. Where's that gorilla with the video?
Is this window washing fluid? And they spray it all over their cars, and they're
I put this in the car, right?
Spraying each other at the pumps because they think it's like water, so hosing off their wheels or mud. It's you're gonna see explosions and total anarchy soon. But why did Oregon ban pumping gas yourself in the first place? And what does this bill actually do? This is the strangest story of Oregon and gasoline. So why did they ban it? Do you know off the top of your head, Gretchen? Before I read this,
safety.
Oh. Oregon's strange law about pumping gas is a remnant of a time now nearly 80 years in the past. You see, back in the 1940s and earlier, full-service gas stations were the norm. You'd pull up to a station, and a more or less happy pump attendant would fill up your tank of gas. It says maybe, most likely.
I'll fill your tank, but I don't like it.
You got to catch them on the right day.
Hey, buddy, check out these social media videos first.
Yeah. So they would also wipe your windshield, check your oil, and could even pump your gas or even fill up your tires. That's nice, right? But having a trained pump attendant was also a matter of safety. Before modern self-regulating pumps and other gadgets, adding gas to a car was prone to overfilling and spills. We probably don't have to tell you about the spilled gas that can catch on fire, especially at a time when everyone smoked like a chimney. Fire codes in many states prohibited self-service gas stations on safety grounds. Oregon was no different, and it banned pumping your own fuel in 1951. Of course, as gas pumps got more advanced and safer, many places eventually loosened those rules. The first self-service pump opened in Los Angeles in 1947, and by the end of the 70s had become the norm. But not in Oregon. The state has stuck to its pump attendant guns for the past 72 years until now. Okay.
So I just want to point out again, as a former resident of the state of Oregon, this always struck me as strange, but whatever. The only time, in all the times I've filled up all our vehicles, only time I've ever seen a gas just go spilling all over the ground, just dumping out of the car's fuel filler, just pouring out gallons and gallons and gallons of just gasoline all over the place, was in Oregon, where the pump attendant wasn't paying attention. It was just overflowing.
Bullshit!
So,
all of it.
But fundamentally, this is one of those. They argued for years that we need it for it provides jobs and all these things, and this is an antiquated thing, and they couldn't step away from it. And frankly, there's a lot of people who, if they don't leave Oregon, don't know how these things work. So I suspect there's just explosions, fire, death, and everything all over the place there.
Yeah, people think I'm being facetious. I think we're going to see a lot of initial injury and turmoil up front. And like long lines at gas stations as people figure out how to do this. Not unless there's some sort of YouTube tutorial that they can take about filling up your own gas tank. But yeah, it's going to throw people for a loop. So
I think New Jersey is the last one left here with they're not allowed to fill up their own tanks.
Really? New Jersey? I'm trying to remember the last time I was in New Jersey, how that went. I must have blacked it out of my memory because I don't remember much about it, filling up your own tank. I mean, there's still how many full-service gas stations are there left? I don't think many.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a strange comment they made here in the beginning, that seemed to go by the wayside a long time ago. I remember distinctly in the 80s as a kid, you would pull up and they'd have self-serve and full-serve. And you could pull up and you'd run over the little the air hose that would ring the bell, and the guy would come out and he'd wipe your window, he'd check your oil, all that stuff. That was still going on in the 80s.
In the 90s, I worked at a full service gas station in my hometown, and there were like 4 pumps that were self-service, 2 pumps that were full service, and occasionally we'd have some people come up and do full service. You do the whole thing.
Just weird guys standing out there being like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You fill that oil. Check that windshield.
Nice. Check that dipstick in there. Use that dipstick. Yeah.
Yeah. Wipe that dipstick off.
It was mostly.
Sir, you're making me uncomfortable.
It was mostly women with a family. They had like kids in the back, and they didn't want to get out and do it. So I'd go take it. And occasionally you'd get a tip from a woman. I remember the first time I got a tip from a woman for doing that, I was totally blown away,
Like a monetary or like advice tip? Like, look both ways before crossing the street.
Invest in Bitcoin. Oh, Jesus. Really? That's a good tip. I should have followed that one. But
Start saving for retirement now.
Give me $5, which is back in the 90s when, you can buy 2 packs of cigarettes.
$5.
Yeah.
And you can stand right there and smoke them while you're pumping
right
people's
there
gas.
when I'm pumping gas. That was the thing. We would, like, us, we were working at the gas station, everyone there smoked. Everyone smoked. And occasionally when you're cleaning up, you would you'd smoke your basics, your basic lights, maybe a Marlboro light if you got tipped that day. But and no one cared about that shit.
You just everyone lighting it from the communal road flare, just sitting off to the side.
It was ridiculous.
Hey, hand me that fire stick. Light this up.
Yep, it was awful. But yeah, that's changing. So good news for our Oregon listeners. So yeah, good luck. It's gonna be it's gonna be Mad Max out there.
You're all gonna need it.
Gonna die.
You drive across the Columbia River from Washington into Oregon. It just looks like a post-apocalyptic world. It's just everything's on fire everywhere. People screaming.
Yeah, can't do it. One more headline, Gretchen. One more.
One more. Right.
One more. We have time for one more.
I'm the best. All right, we got to go with this one because we haven't done any weird food news, and I try to bring up some weird food news every time.
I have a weird food news I didn't even get to, but I'll see what you got. I didn't bring up mine.
Maybe it's the same one. Is it this one?
Yes, it is.
All right. I have a couple different links, so you might have different links too that better explain this just nasty monstrosity.
Sky News is asking me for something. No, block it. I don't need to show you this. Burger King Thailand stuns diners with meatless burger filled with 20 slices of cheese. Oh my God, yeah.
This is what I want. This is what I need.
God.
It's the real cheese burger as pictured above. This beast. This is
the creature.
It is the creature.
That's what they should call it. I'm all on board with that.
Burger King has introduced a new offering on its menu in Thailand, the meatless burger packed with 20 slices of American cheese. The real cheeseburger is being offered at the fast food chains locations across the country and has drawn mixed responses from customers, and I can understand about that one.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
Stuffed with thick wedge of cheese, some people took to the social media to brand the dairy-filled bun as heaven, while others are calling it revolting.
Ugh.
Some reports said branches of the Burger King had to stop taking orders for deliveries to ensure they had enough stock to provide their new cheese offering to take care of in-store diners. That's crazy. So this is popular. This is like people want this. People demand cheese like this in the burger form. Burger King said this is for real while promoting the product online and urged diners to show off when eating it. But despite the indifferent response, how's it indifference if they're basically saying that they have to delay deliveries? It sounds like a fairly good response.
Well, or they're just because this, what they say, 20 slices, this messes with your inventory. If you used to put one slice of cheese on a cheeseburger, and now people are ordering the cheeseburger, you need 20 slices, so you burn through your cheese inventory.
I know Trump is trying to one-up them. They have 20 slices. Trump has a different burger.
8,737,540,000.
That is a lot of slices of cheese.
That's a lot of cheese.
How many?
How tall is that?
That's
a ChatGPT question.
If you stacked 8 billion slices of American cheese, how tall would it be? Okay, I will ask ChatGPT-4 this question. If you stacked 8...
Trying to find out what's the average thickness.
Yeah, 8 billion slices of American cheese, how tall would it be? Come on, how big is Trump's sandwich? Yeah. Okay, they're going to estimate 1 millimeter.
I'm using 0.64 millimeters, so I've got a smaller slice of cheese.
So to find out the height, do it.
Inches.
Give me it. Give me the goddamn answer, ChatGPT.
I got the answer, but if I'm doing this right, it's 1.083 billion feet.
He's saying 8. They're saying 8,000 kilometers.
Oh, it's in kilometers now?
Yeah.
What the hell? All right, I got 205,000 miles times 1.61. I got 330,000 kilometers. What'd it get?
8,000 kilometers.
Something's fucked up here.
Wow, that's big.
It is pretty big.
How are you going to make something that's, even if it's 8,000 kilometers?
Yeah.
That's 4,000, almost 5,000 miles, right?
That's going into orbit.
6.1, 4,800. Yeah, so it's lay it out lengthwise, 5,000 miles. So if you started in Europe, you could get way into Russia with that cheese sandwich.
Absolutely, yeah. It'd be absolutely devastating to the Russian offensive.
We can't cross here. There's a bunch of cheese laid out.
Cheese. We can't get into Ukraine because
going on?
they got Trump's cheese sandwich blocking the way.
Call it the big Trump.
Okay, well, it's one defensive mechanism, but okay. One customer recommended people should buy the burger and then separate the cheese to eat with bread in the morning. It kind of defeats the purpose of it. So, like, you just go out there and buy yourself a package of American cheese from Kraft, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, why would you buy a giant cheese sandwich and then not eat the cheese sandwich?
You're avoiding the experience.
Does the wrapper come with like the printed wrapper, like have a special printing on it with the numbers of local plumbers?
No, not that I know of.
You're gonna need this.
Others compared it to toasting cheese or simply a thick sandwich, a thick cheese sandwich. So yeah, it's almost kind of like grilled cheese, but it's too gooey at that point.
It's just a block of cheese with 2 pieces of bread on it.
I mean, it's kind of incredible. It doesn't sound very appetizing. I like cheese. I like cheese sandwiches and like grilled cheese and all that kind of stuff. But this is just too much. This is just crazy.
Brother.
With no other items included with the bun and cheese, such as tomatoes or lettuce, Burger King called on customers.
Wait, it's just a dry bun with cheese?
Here, this is what you get. Eat it.
It's not even cooked.
Yeah.
Eat it. Eat it.
Here's your room temperature cheese and an uncooked bun.
New shit.
$12.
No bag, no takeout bag. Slap it in your hand. That's it.
No fries, no Coke. Go. You take this, you get out.
How much is it in Thailand? Like, how much they charging for this thing? Because they're not listing a price here.
I don't know. Let's see if I can find. They had a Facebook link before I was looking at.
Really? What are people on Facebook saying?
I don't have the face bag, so I'm just going to find it again.
Makes you want to throw up.
It does, kind of.
It's probably what they're saying out there.
You'll eat bugs and drink sewage. What the hell?
That's
Fuck,
next.
I'm going to eat, goddammit.
I sure am hungry.
Customers in Thailand, it costs 109 Thai baht or $3.13, which is cheaper than the regular price of 380 baht or $10.93.
You understand me?
They had a special deal on it.
Wow.
So it's usually $10, and it was on sale for $3. That maybe that's what people were doing. They were buying it just from the standpoint of that's cheaper than buying that amount of cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Since Burger King's buying this at wholesale, I'm saving myself a few cents, and this is what I'm going to pack for my kids' lunch for the next 5 days. Here,
the next month you get nothing but cheese.
Eat it. We're going to divide the Burger King sandwich up into eighths, and each day you're going to eat 1/8 of this sandwich. We're going to save so much money.
You know, I didn't check, but there's got to be burger. I'm checking the internet's cheese sandwich. There's got to be video of this, right?
I would imagine.
Oh, God, look at all right. This picture's even worse. I'm going to put this one in Carrot Shop,
please.
It's not even melted or cooked cheese. Look at this, just trash.
Oh, my God. Hold on. I'm going to play the audio because this is ridiculous. What I'm watching right here, this is awful. There's some woman that picks up the cheese sandwich. It's not even melted, and she's biting into that. Oh, my God.
Oh. Don't eat that.
Oh, man.
But rewind a little bit. Look at her face as she starts to bite into it.
It's disgusting. Well, I'll rewind a little bit.
Right as she picks it up and brings it up to her mouth, look at the look on her face.
She's not happy.
No. Someone is like, is she doing this under duress? Eat the sandwich. You'll never see your kids again.
Part of some kind of TikTok challenge, and you know what it is.
I mean, look at that face.
The TikTok cheese sandwich challenge. Oh, good. This is just disgusting. It is just uncooked cheese on a room temperature bun.
Yeah. It's like they tried to make it look more appetizing in the advertisement by melting it, but it didn't disguise anything.
No. Oh, God. It's just going to sit in your colon.
Oh, my God.
You're going to be like John Wayne, 37 pounds.
37 pounds of feces that they got out of his dead colon. Poor John Wayne, American hero, eating cheese sandwiches.
Like that. Ain't nothing but Burger King Thai cheese sandwich. Give me those Thai cheese sandwich.
Oh, my God. Well, thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. I don't know what we accomplished today, but we learned a lot of stuff.
I don't feel good.
I don't feel good either. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight.
Thinking about the cheese sandwich.
You know, it's not even like flavored. They didn't do anything to spruce it up.
So much cheese.
We got to figure out who thought up this product. It was probably somebody, it was their last day.
Somebody forgot before the meeting?
Yeah. Like,
let's put a lot of cheese on a bun. That's genius.
The same guy who thought up all the license plates in Colorado thought up that.
Fired him. He's working for Burger King now. I don't know. It's a cheeseburger, right?
I like grilled cheese, so just put it on a burger. Genius. They're only doing it in Thailand. Why aren't they exporting this to America? This is like an American sandwich. Why aren't they doing it here?
Maybe there's not enough cheese.
Now, come on. We're the land of dairy.
We're the land of cheese.
Yeah, come on. We'll find out. Maybe on Saturday we'll have an update to this and the license plate from Nevada.
The license plate debacle.
Yeah, it's very controversial. But go to obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com. We have ways to support the show, interact with us. $1 a month gets you like access to the Discord. There's all this stuff going on there. We were trying to Tone the Bone and I were trying to help Booberry automate.
You guys were hacking the internet. What the hell was going on there?
We were trying to help them automate animated GIFs through Python. And so it was a whole big long conversation of don't do it manually. You can automate it.
Some weird FFmpeg code going on in there.
I was trying to teach him how to use Python, and he didn't want to learn. He's trying to walk, or he's trying to run before he walks.
You realize, Mike, you brought that up as the example of why people should join the Discord.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. Bad example.
I think they're like, I want to do that shit.
Bad example. Sorry. All right. I'm tired. Well, thank you, Cratchit. Shall we go, everyone?
Keep watching the cheese, y'all.
Give them the love.
Baby.
I've been there. I've done it. I don't know what this is. Oh, my God, Jay. What the fuck is that?
That's about all.
Shablagu.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
We're done!
No.
The show is over!
Let me get your
supplies. Get the fuck out of here!
Cleaning supplies.
Suck my titties.